What's up, everybody? Let's talk about the UFC 314 press conference. Now, quick caveat. The last few big UFC events, the pressers have been fairly underwhelming. And what makes them fun, honestly, is just seeing the real beefs, the real discussions of people getting into it when they have a genuine maybe distaste or dislike or they're really passionate about the fight, whatever, however that unfolds. But we want it to be genuine. Now, a couple of things happened in this presser. One of the things was somebody asked Michael Chandler about these cheating allegations. I just made a whole long video about Michael Chandler and his character and his cheating and his ability in the cage and all that stuff. But somebody did ask him about that. He did respond. That was a good question. Another interesting moment was Yair Rodriguez and Diego Lopez got into a really heated back and forth exchange. I'd love to know the details of why I don't, so I'm not going to cover it in this video. I have John Morgan coming on the show tomorrow, so we'll hopefully be able to chop it up. He may have more intel on what is that beef, because that's legitimate. You know, Yair Rodriguez doesn't make stuff up, doesn't just create a beef for whatever. If that argument went down, means there's something real going on between them. So that was kind of exciting. I'd just love to know more context, and I'd love to see that fight now, I got to admit. But the real MVP of this presser was Bryce Mitchell. I thought Bryce Mitchell had a lot of people booing him in the presser, and he turned everybody around because he had one of the most killer lines, one of the coldest lines of all time. But first, let's start off with this clip. We're just doing some Bryce Mitchell highlights. So here's the first one right here. Check it out.
Bryce, yesterday at Media Day, Jean Silva said you might have to retire this weekend due to brain damage you'll take in this fight. Curious if you have a response for those remarks.
I was born with brain damage, brother. I'll be all right.
This classic line. It's good. What can I say? Great way to deflect it. Smile out his face. Okay, he says a little bit more. Check this out.
What do you make of all the talk he's been doing? You know, you said yesterday that he's not treating you nice. You said he's treating you like shit. Why do you think he's saying these things? Do you think it's to gain favor with the crowd?
O que você fala de tudo que ele está acontecendo?
I don't care what his intentions are. My intentions are to beat the ever-living hell out of that man.
So there's the beginning. You might say, okay, that was not bad. I like the brain damage line. I was born with brain damage, brother. I thought that, but nothing too crazy. Here is where Bryce lays down one of the best lines I've heard in a long time from a presser, ice cold, and because it's real. Like, this is insane. I'm not going to say anything. If you missed it, just check this out. Brutal. All right, and watch. You'll see the crowd woofing with Jean Silva when he did all the barking last time like a dog. So the crowd is getting behind him and barking at Bryce Mitchell. Listen to how wild. This is just so good.
3.
I put a lot of dogs down in my day.
Ele disse que matou
those dogs that like to come up to the farm. They kill my animals. They come to harm me and my family, and they come barking. You know what they all got in common? They squeal right before they die.
Yo, that's crazy because it's real. There's nothing fit. He's probably done that. They probably dogs, maybe wild dogs or whatever, that come and harass his livestock or kill his animals, and he's dead serious. That's the coldest thing. You guys tell me what you think. That's the coldest thing I've ever heard. What they all have in common. And I'm a dog lover, by the way. But to Bryce's defense, I guess he's defending his property. Maybe these are wild dogs or coyotes or whatever it is. Okay, that's wild. It was so good. So that was just an ice cold delivery. All right, let's go to the end of the presser. Those are those two highlights. And then here we go. The face-off. Finally, we have an amazing face-off with great heat. Jean Silva, it still seems like he's playing. Bryce is not playing. This is not playtime for Bryce. This is real. This is sincere. As I mentioned before, he's taken this as good versus evil, that he must win. He will win. He's seeing signs from God. I think Bryce is going to get this done. As I mentioned, I put my money where my mouth is. I bet on this fight. But then look at this face-off. This is incredible. And just look at Bryce's eyes. And he just does not get phased. He does not flinch. This is incredible. Check this out. Nothing. And Daniel Cormier said every little exchange is a battle, and it's important to win every little exchange because it does something for the fighter's mentality. Whether you buy, I assume there has to be truth to this. Daniel Cormier, world champion at 2 weight classes. He knows what he's talking about. So he's saying even the face-off is a battle. And Bryce Mitchell won that battle. He did not flinch. You could tell as he's walking away, at least that's what it looks like to me. The energy that's emanating from his eyes is, I got you. You tried to make me flinch. You tried to bark in my face. I stood there and took it. And that's that. So he is up on the scorecards as far as I'm concerned. He rocked him at the presser with that amazing, crazy, dark line about the dogs. And then that face-off, he got him. I'm doubling down. I already got money on Bryce Mitchell. I think he's going to get it done. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys agree that Bryce Mitchell was the champ, the winner at this presser? Did he beat Jean Silva at his own game at the stare down at the face-off? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for joining. I can't wait for UFC 314. Let's go. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.